Hi, you're watching Racing-Leagues.com with Steve O'Connor and Troy Allen.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Racing-Leagues.com's coverage of Season 6 of the V8 Supercars. This is round 1, live from Adelaide, and alongside myself as normal, we've got my co-commentator Troy Allen, and joining us for the very first time, Andrew McIntosh. Hi Andrew, and welcome along.
Hey, well, hello everyone.
Good to have you on board.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Should be good.
Excellent. So we've got into round 1 of season 6. So I can't believe we're at season 6 already.
Been a long time.
It certainly has. We've got a few regulation changes just to top everybody up with. We'll just quickly run through them before we get started. So we're returning to our full reverse grid for race 2, which should make things a little bit interesting to say the least. And in addition to that, the top 5 finishers from race 1 will be carrying weight penalties into race 2 in the order of 255 kilograms for first position, 230 kilograms for second position, 205 kilograms for third position, 155 kilograms for fourth position.
Dan to Steve.
Oh, sorry, 1 second, everybody. Yeah, Dan, you're live with us at the minute. What's up?
Yeah, mate. We just had a bunch of guys get the lost connection error come up, so we're just waiting for them to come back in.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
So some technical difficulties with R Factor 2 straight away, as normal, to be expected. Not ideal, but anyway, as we got to 5th position, 105 kilograms. So the top 5, Andrew, they're going to be carrying a couple of passengers for the start of race 2.
It's going to be pretty different seeing them carry a bit of weight throughout the series. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and especially with the full reverse grid as well. So at the moment, it looks like we have 13 or 14 drivers, I believe. So that's quite a lot of traffic to get through, and especially at Adelaide, where we're coming for round 1 as well. Not so many obvious passing positions around here, but a lot of walls to find very easily.
That's true, yeah. Definitely a lot of walls. It's going to make it hard for passing.
Okay, so from the stewards as well, we've had a couple of notices pre-race in the driver's briefing as well. In particular, turn 1 and 2, they're going to be watching that for anybody cutting the track. So the rules are 2 wheels must be on the black stuff at all times. But of all the tracks, turn 1 and 2 at Adelaide really lend itself to allowing drivers to skip across the inside of the curbs and gain a bunch of time as well.
That's usually it. Yeah, normally people gain a lot of time for cutting corners and that, yeah.
Yeah, so I think on the live time, and we've seen the overall lap record at the minute sitting at 116.758 by Brett Clark, and we do believe that that is a cut track, so I think you gain about 2 seconds if I'm right from cutting those corners.
I definitely reckon.
So got a bit of team updates for this season as well. So the big off-season move of Stuart Poitier to DSA is complete, now in the 2 DSA car alongside Kai Turner. That's a bit of a hell of a team there, Andrew.
That definitely is a pretty good team. Stuart was pretty fast last season, so hopefully he can continue that form.
Yeah, especially at the back half of the season, he really put one over on reigning champion Brett Clark. He won quite a bunch of races. Brett couldn't get anywhere near him for a few of them, but he did manage to straighten that out for the Endurance Cup. Mr. Clark, he put it back over Stuart, so it's going to be a bit of a seesaw season we expect between these two.
True, it's going to be definitely one to watch, I reckon, between those two guys.
And then we moved to 555 Racing, and as expected, the move away from Volvo back to Ford has happened in the off-season. There's some fantastic looking green-eyed monsters from 555 for this season. That was something that I called sort of early part of last season, that I really wondered what the benefit from the move to Volvo was, because if anything it put them back down the field a little bit. But with the move back to Ford, we're expecting great things from both Kinman and Cox.
They do better than what they did last year in those Volvos. They didn't seem to find the speed all season.
Absolutely. So they're back with Ford again, and we expect them to be right up the front from Mirko. And last season, Dave Kinman absolutely dominated around the streets of Adelaide before, 2 seasons ago before it went to Ford. Hopefully we can see that sort of form return from Dave.
Yeah, well, Dave's one of my favourites to win the championship, I reckon, this season in that Ford.
Yeah, in the pre-season, I was writing them off if they had the good cars, but yeah, now they're back to Ford, and we expect both of them to be right up there. Well, that brings me along neatly to Kai Turner. It's hard to call Kai the second driver in any team, but for the purposes of this, we'll mention him as the equal number 1 driver in DSA. He had a terrible season last year, just couldn't catch a break anywhere, and then had some technical failures through the back end of the season, which sat him out for the rest of it. But we know that Kai, probably over 1 lap's probably the fastest driver out there, but the consistency is what's always suffered. So it'll be interesting to see how Kai goes for this season.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how he goes, especially when we didn't see him from that last half of the season.
Yeah, and I suppose for the first time he's got a teammate who's going to push him all the way through the season. I mean, no disrespect to Wayne there and Darren Goosey when they were teammates previously. They probably didn't have the ultimate pace that Kai shows, but we certainly know that Stewart in that 2 car definitely has that pace.
Oh, yeah, he definitely has the pace, Stewart does. Let's hope Kai can find the same.
Yeah, it's that consistency. And then we move across to our reigning champions, SRT, with Bernd van Jaarsveld and the reigning V8 Supercars champion, Brett Clark. To be honest, this is probably the first season where I think we're really going to see SRT pushed.
Hopefully we do see him push.
Yeah, I think with both 555 Racing and DSA, they've got all 4 drivers on those teams can win on any track on any day, and it makes that team's championship is going to be a real battle right through to the end of the season.
Definitely will make the team's championship a great battle for sure. It's going to be close in point.
Yeah, I think the key for SRT is that they get that 46 car Van Jaarsveld singing from the go this season rather than sort of halfway through the season like it happened last year.
Right, yeah, he wasn't really up there for much of the racing.
Yeah, I think it was
Fives and that.
Sort of back end of the season he started knocking off the podiums, a couple of thirds and a 2nd position. Did well in the Endurance Cup as well, so he's really going to have to hit the ground running to be able to keep SRT out in front this year.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I agree on that one.
And then over to the next of our big team moves. So former V8 Supercars champion Dan Stevens in line up with BSR, and pretty much surprise in the off-season is to see Colin Brunt move across from the previously ASR team to BSR alongside Dan. We know that Colin probably doesn't have the ultimate pace in the V8, so it would be fair to say, but he really does knock out those positions and can get a decent haul of points over the season as well. So if Dan can ever get a bit of luck in the first half of the season, we should watch out for BSR as well.
But yeah, Colin, he's always consistent throughout every race, and Dan seems to struggle in the first half of the season, but fights back in the last half. Yeah, he just needs to find it in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that was a symptom of his championship winning season as well. He was in no end of trouble in the early part of the season, and then towards the back half of the season he started getting up towards the front and winning races as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on Dan. If he can start rolling with some decent positions from the start, we know he can run strong in the second half. He could be thereabouts as well.
That's right, yeah.
And brand new team this season, as well for us with a couple of familiar names on board. Oh, we've got a massive crash around the back half of the circuit in qualifying. Stuart Poitier and the two John Deere racing cars, which was a team I was just about to introduce to everybody as well. And man, that looks ugly right now.
Yeah, I just went to it then. Yeah, it did look pretty ugly.
I think did Stuart Poitier spin out, or was one of the John Deere cars spun first? Couldn't quite see.
I only got to see the end of it. And, what did you see, Troy?
Not a great deal yet, trying to roll back.
Yeah, one thing we need to make clear to our viewers obviously as well is, although this is a game, the rules prevent you from just escaping back to the pits and getting the car fixed. If you have a crash in qualifying, you've got to get that car back to the pits and get it repaired and get back on track. And if I'm just looking, bad news for the number 2 car, Stuart Poitier, it looks like it's struggling back to the pits there a moment ago.
It did look like it was struggling. I was watching him on the way back, and yeah.
So we've just got him on screen now as we're coming down to turn 12, I believe that is, heading back towards the pits. I can't see any obvious damage, but that's not to say there isn't anything internal going on with that car, so keep an eye on it.
Can confirm, guys, can confirm, just over the team radio there is no damage to the car 2,
Wow, that got lucky. So yeah, commentator's curse. I was just about to introduce JDR Racing with team owner Darren Goosey, and we found both of them ploughed into the side of the DSA car as well. So yeah, Darren Goosey and Daryl Bennett on board the JDR cars this year. Nice looking cars as well, both holding Commodores. Interested to see how they move forward. We know that Daryl on his day isn't too bad at all, and Darren, when he gets the setup just right, can be up there with the best of them as well. So it'd be nice to see a new team and see how they progress throughout the season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the team colours looking pretty good, and I think they might have got a bit of a scratching on that paint job though.
So moving back down to ASR, which I believe should be 999 Racing, but doesn't look like it today for some reason. We only appear to have one driver on track, the 222 of Winnipeg Galley. Brad Lloyd should be the other driver. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Troy.
No, I do believe Brad is supposed to be the second driver, but for some reason it seems to be showing up that Colin Bruns is actually driving for 999 tonight.
No, I've got Colin Bruns in Black Steel Racing 111 car.
Well, on the live time he's showing up still being under the 999 banner.
Yeah, I think that's something with the live time that needs sorted out, but in entries, official entries as well, he's driving for BSR. But just the one car from the 99 ASR steel team this season, from the looks of it, that's not really the ideal start that team with Bruce Duncan would have been after.
Wouldn't have been. No, he probably would have wanted 2 cars on track, not one. To get some more of a feedback from both guys.
Absolutely. This is why, it's my understanding, this is why Colin Bruns has jumped ship, because he couldn't rely on having 2 drivers on track and getting feedback from the driver throughout the season. And ironically, the guy that was missing most of the season is the one ASR car that's on track in the 222 in Winnipeg Galley.
That's correct, yeah. Was missing for most of the season.
Yeah, we do know that Pengelly's got the speed to win in any series. He took out the round 1 of iRacing last week by disappearing off up the road as well. So let's see what he's got for everybody within the R Factor 2 this year. But I do expect
P1, mate, P1.
See some good things from him. He's just jumped. Well, we just jumped up to 4th in the timing just then with a 1:18.8.
Yeah,
not far off the pace.
We do know that if he follows what he did last week in round 1 of iRacing videos as well, he just sort of got himself in the front of the grid. He wasn't too worried about outright speed, and then got the jump on the start. So we'll watch out for what he does even towards the start. So we've got 5 minutes remaining of qualifying. One more team to introduce as well is Team Outlaws Racing with Wayne Durr and Trevor Dixon. Wayne Durr, team boss, former DSA driver, moved across in these fantastic purple holding Commodores as well. So interested to see how Wayne and Trevor get on. They're down in 8th and 11th at the moment, so a little bit of work to do there, but it is a new team.
definitely is a new team. They're both always consistent. Hopefully they can get further up the pack this season.
Absolutely. From previous seasons, Brett pole position at the moment with 17.224. Kai Turner in second at 18.172. That's quite a significant
Brett's
gap
gone
there.
P1 with a 17, mate.
There's a pretty big gap, almost well, just under a second actually. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a pretty decent gap.
Yeah, I'm watching, mate. I'm watching.
Just watching him to turn one there as well, and as always, and we expected from the very top draw
Give me a
drivers as
sec,
well,
mate.
they're using every single piece of the track. He was almost 4 wheels off there through turn one, but he still kept 2 of them, just touching the black stuff.
Definitely did, yeah.
And
Yeah, mate. I can't see his time just yet. Give me a sec.
yeah, Troy, I'll just notify you there that I appeared on one of your team channels. You might want to get me off it.
Going
Thanks,
to be
Steve.
cutting in and out as well, Steve.
Okay, that's not the greatest, but let's see how we go. So the second of the DSA cars has jumped up into second now. Stuart Pony with a 118.640. Kai Turner in third. Second of the SRT cars, Bert van Jaarsveld in fourth position. Dan Stevens in fifth position. Wim Pengelly in sixth. Dave Kinnaman in seventh. So pretty much as we expected, guys. Everybody is showing the form that we would come to love and expect from them.
What was that?
Sorry, Mike, cutting in and out again.
Yeah, he was just then.
Okay, just 1 second. Okay, how's that, Andre? Okay, how's that, Andre? Is that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay, good stuff. So, as I was saying, in first, second, and third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, it's exactly as we've expected. We've got SRT first and fifth. Now, as Dave Kinnaman just jumped up, we've got DSA second and third, 555 Racing in fourth, and BSR Racing's lead driver in sixth position. Wim Pengelly, though, has dropped right down to 8th position now, which is unexpected at this point, with 2 minutes of qualifying remaining.
It's a bit unexpected. He was just up there a moment ago. Now he's dropped radically. But I think Brett Clark just did another fast lap, 117.1.
Yeah, we've just seen that. I think that was the lap that we just caught as he kept screaming across the curbs in turn one, with the right foot firmly down as well. So, not sparing anything. He's going to give it his all to wrap up a 6th championship.
A lot of championships, 5 of them. Only he can do that.
Absolutely, and just watching Stuart Poitier on track coming down the back straight at the moment, heading towards turn 10, and he's just backing off to make himself a bit of room. So 1 minute 18 remaining on the clock, and he comes screaming through turn 10 there, almost into the wall, and as somebody behind does actually hit the wall, we're just around 11 and 12 now. It's the back end of the track, so we'll keep with Stuart on this one, see if he can do anything about that. But it is DSA do have an amazing lineup this season, as we can see in second and third position, 0.1 between both drivers. That's the closest between any teammates so far.
It's very close between 2 teammates.
So here we go, we're heading towards turn 1 with the 2 car from DSA, Stuart Poitier in second position into turn 1. And Stuart just loads her up over the curbs as well. He's not sparing anything through there. Probably didn't take as much as Clark did on his lap.
Clark made sure he used up most of that.
Absolutely, he definitely uses everything car and track around these street tracks. So heading towards the back end of the circuit now. Look at a very good lap from Stuart. Unsettled a little bit over the curbs there as we head on to the back straight. He just dives it across the curb on the outside there as well, and head down the main straight towards that hot turn 10. Wow, he wasn't as fast through turn 10 there as we've seen him on his warm-up lap even, so not quite there yet. This is the final lap of qualifying, so Clark holding pole position for quad 8 at the moment. Whoa, bit of a lock up there from Stewart as we head in towards the back bit to home. Wow, this is a bit of a messy lap from Stewart. We're not used to seeing this. We're not used to seeing the Stewart Body car ever move off the racing line, but he's really pushing. And he got it into the 17s as well, a 17.6. And I reckon, Andrew, he's lost all of that at turn 10.
He would have lost it through there.
He really was nowhere near the outside wall. On his warm-up lap, he was almost on the wall, so very close and a good effort there as well. So our 1 and 2 in the championship from last year start 1 and 2 for round 1 in the finish as well. Clark from quad 8 with about a half a second gap there by Brett Clark. Kai Turner in 3rd position, Kinnaman in 4th, Bert van Jarsfield in 5th. He just jumped ahead of Dan Stevens there. Dan Stevens in 6th, Jason Witherington doing a fine job in 7th, Wayne Pengelly. A little bit of a worry there about Wayne. He's down in 8th. He was right up there in practice as well. Ian Hannon doing a fantastic job in 9th. Second of the BSR cars, Colin Bruns in 10th. Trevor Nixon 11th. First of the JDR cars, Darren Goosey in 12th. Wayne Dyer down in 13th. Actually, Nick Winkler 13th. Somebody's just finished the lap and jumped up a little bit there. I didn't see who it was. Darrell Bennett 14th and Danny Forrest 15th. So all 15 cars across the grid and a spread of 4.3 seconds from 1st to 15th. So not bad at all, guys.
Pretty good.
Excellent. So we're just about to head into the 5 or 10 minute warm up. Let me just check. It's a 10-minute warm up. So we'll be back with you in a second.
Be back in just a moment, Troy.
Right, Emma. Steve having a break, is he?
Yeah, I think so.
You haven't even done the post-race interview. Alright, awesome.
Want to do that now, the post-race qualifying?
We can't do that without Steve.
Yep, no worries. Back in just a moment.
No worries.
So, welcome back everybody to Racing-Leagues.com's coverage of Round 1 live V8 Supercars series. Alongside me as always Troy Allen and Andrew. So, first time, so let's see if we can get our top 3 from qualifying down for a quick chat. To our top 3 from qualifying. In pole position, Brett Clark. In second position, Stuart Poirier. In third position, Kai Turner. Kai, if we just come to you first of all, welcome back to the series. An ideal start, starting off third position.
Yeah, mate, I was a bit rusty there at the start, just trying to get back in the rhythm and see how we go.
Excellent, and we just come to your teammate just ahead, Stuart, in second position. Just watching on that last lap, Stuart, you did the 17s, and it looked from what we could see that you lost most of the time through turn 10. You were quicker through turn 10 on your warm-up lap than you were on your qualifying lap.
Yeah, Steve, just missed my braking mark.
Okay, fair enough. And thoughts for the start, Stuart, off second position? You should be able to get a good run into turn 1 and potentially grab first position.
Yeah, that would be a bonus. I think it'd be more of hold your breath and see what happens.
Yeah, I think everybody will be doing a bit of that. And alongside our 5-time and reigning V8 Supercars champion, Brett Clark, returns with a pole position. We just watched him through turn 1 of your lap, Brett. That was just phenomenal. There was just about 2 tires touching the inside of the track there as well, using up all of the car and all of the road, and definitely showed on the time machines.
Yeah, it was a good lap. I still made a couple of mistakes later in the lap, which cost me a few tenths, but overall I was happy with it. The car's feeling good.
Excellent. So lined up at the grid now, you've got the 2 DSA cars running pretty similar pace as well. So rather than just the single-pronged attack of last year, you're clearly going to have a lot to do this year. So how's your thoughts for the race?
It's just going to be a case of trying to get the best start I possibly can and then manage the race from there. I mean, these guys are quick, but Troy enjoyed winding me up yesterday saying, what does it feel like to be the meat in the sandwich? And thank goodness I'm not today, for the moment.
Excellent. And if we just come across to the DSA boys, so any team orders or advice from the team manager on the start?
Here we go.
Finish.
Finish, that's a good call. Well done, guys, and hopefully we get to speak to you after race 1.
I don't think so.
So there we have it. We'll have to be ready for the start of race 1. 3 minutes remaining in warm-up, and we should be up and running for the race. So Troy, just coming to yourself, team owner and team manager of DSA, you're both guys second and third on the grid. This isn't the track that I would like both cars beside each other into turn 1. I'd prefer them one after the other, to be honest. So what's your thoughts on how we're going to get through turn 1?
My thoughts are turn 1, I'm more focusing on Kai tonight. We've actually employed another car chief engineer in my loving wife Cherie. She's actually been managing the car too. So my focus is Kai, getting him through there and making sure that there's no touch. After that, race is on, and then I can beat my wife and claim victory there too.
Beating your wife's probably not something we'd advocate on live TV, but moving swiftly on. So, what about the rest of the grid, Troy? Everybody's going to be trying to pile into turn 1. There is only one line through turn 1. You're not going to be able to go side by side. And almost every single race we've ever had in Adelaide, we've seen drama through turn 1 on lap 1.
It's always been the case, especially if it's the first round of the season, Steve, where it's cold brains, cold tyres, cold brakes. Everyone's not used to being back in these things. I mean, and especially Kai, he's had a big break. So he could be one that could be very accident prone, especially on the first lap in turn 1.
Okay, so just looking at the tyre wear as well. So the rules are softs, isn't it, for, let me just check, it's soft only for race 1, 24 laps. We reckon about 5% a lap is going on tyre wear. I'm not quite sure what the fuel burn is, unless you've got some numbers on that.
Yeah, it's about 5.8 to 5.9 litres a lap, so you're looking at about, a full tank could get you about 18.5 laps.
So,
and your tyres are going to be around about there as well.
yeah, so we're going to see at least one stop. I imagine someone should try and split it down the middle and get the benefit of the best set of tyres for both halves. See how we go from there.
Just on that one, Steve, it actually won't work because you won't be able to fuel to the end. You won't have burned through enough fuel throughout the race to actually fill it enough to make it through to the end.
Okay, fair enough. But there's still going to be at least one stop in race 1, yeah?
Oh, definitely, 100%. You cannot make it at 18 laps for a full tank. You will not make the full 24 lap distance.
Okay, that's fair enough. Any thoughts, Andrew? What are we expecting?
It's going to be, I reckon, carnage through turn 1 and 2, for sure. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty nervous. I've been on commentary for the first time.
Yeah, it's not as straightforward as it seems, is it? But yeah, it should make for a great race. So warm-up is just about finished now, and we'll be heading to the grid in a second. And I imagine there's even more nervous drivers sitting in the middle of that pack as well, hoping not to get involved in anything.
Would be some nervous drivers sitting in the packs, try not to crash the car too early.
Absolutely, so it'll be interesting to see how this one shakes out. So 16 cars on track, all heading into a one-car line through turn 1, so it should make things very exciting from here on in.
Probably will.
So that is warm-up finish, and we've got Brett Clark from Kai Turner, Stuart Poitier, Dave Kinnaman, Ian Hannon doing a fine job in 5th, Colin Brunt in 6th, Darren Goosey, Wim Pengelly, Dan Stevens, Danny Forrest, Nick Winkler, the only other cars to run a lap. Always confuses me, guys, as to why some drivers do not turn a lap in warm-up. That's your last chance to check everything's looking good, check your fuel loads, make sure your race setup's fine. I do think it's a disadvantage to not do that.
Oh, Steve, it's a massive disadvantage. I mean, everyone that has seen our broadcast in the past will know that my big thing with warm-up is to get my boys out there on a full tank, on cold tyres, run the tyres that they're going to run out there, get a feel for what the car is like in race trim, because the rhythm that you found in quali is out that window. You need a different rhythm for race.
Absolutely. And just quick note there, we're missing the 5 car of Gavin Cox for this round as well from the looks of it, which is a little bit unexpected to say the least.
From speaking to a lot of the boys earlier, it seems to be the bogey track for Gavin Cox. He never seems to make it here. In the entire time he's been racing with us, we actually don't think he's raced around here at Adelaide.
Okay, well, that's the thing with being a premium member as well. He's able to miss the first round of the season and nominate himself for average points or something similar. So he's not going to lose out too much in the grand scheme of things. So 24 laps at Adelaide in South Australia. Brett Clark takes us off on the warm-up lap with the two DSA cars in second and third. Dave Kinnaman in that fantastic looking green-eyed monster in fourth position.
I reckon it's definitely looking pretty nice.
The lights are a bit intimidating, but gee, that orange of the DSA really stands out.
Yeah, it looks like the second DSA car looks like a Penrite car from what I can see.
See the same thing as well.
I must say I was quite happy with the way they turned out. Bruce wasn't happy, but I think they look phenomenal.
Well, the Kai Turner car looks like a Penrite car, mate.
He was more concerned with the Portia car.
Yeah, you haven't got a second DSA car. It looks like a Penrite car.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I'm trying to dismiss if that's off my team. Thank you.
Well, okay, fair enough. And behind is Van Jorsfield, with Dan Stevens as well in the BSR car. Sixth position. I do like the look of the BSR cars this year as well. They're very distinctive as well. And you see Dan's gone from his normal 33 to 333 for some bizarre reason. Don't understand why you'd change a race number. Your race number's your identity, so unless you've got the number 1.
Yeah, that's true.
So Clark and Portia just coming up now.
Like Peter Brock, actually, he changed.
So there we go. The Brett Clark parks the Caltex SRT Ford Falcon. Still doesn't have the number 1. The paint shop appears to be asleep. So I'm excited. We're a couple of seconds away from the start of the race. And here we go. It looks like he's made a better jump on the start, and he's going to have the inside of the turn 1, but Clark's going to try and duke it out into turn 1 on the outside, and does so as well. And Kai Turner runs across. It looks like a cut there. Obviously on the first lap, and we've got Dave Kinnaman behind as well.
Big crash.
Wow.
Jason, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. It was him and Wayne got involved in a nasty one.
Yeah, I think that might be a full course yellow, Troy.
Yeah, Wetherington's had a massive moment there out of turn 3. And it appears as though 3/4 of the field has gone.
I think that's a full course caution there, Troy.
Yes, I do believe it will be.
So Brett Clark got the lead off the start ahead of Stuart Portia. Kai Turner in third position, Dave Kinnaman in fourth, Bert Van Jorsfield fifth, Dan Stevens in sixth. No full course caution from Nixon. That's a little bit surprising.
It actually was. Well, it might have been.
Yeah, it should have. Brett Clark is pulling away a little bit now. All cars
away by a couple of car lengths.
All cars through turn 1. Let's just get a look at the Kinnaman and Jorsfield battle. Is going strong. Look, we now have a full course caution. Yes, we do. Safety car is deployed. So let's take a look back down and see if we've got anybody out. So we've got the Jason Witherington car and the Wayne Dare car trying to make it back to pits. Wayne has just completed the pit stop and is exiting the pits now.
And Wetherington has driven straight past pit entry, Steve. He's got no front bar.
Yeah.
Car looks all over the place as well.
It definitely does, yeah. He's missing the complete front bar of that car, and it looks like it's crabbing if anything as well, so he really needs to get back to the pits. So he was probably banking on the full course caution and stayed out so that he stays closer to the back of the field. I think Wayne Dare's got some 36 seconds to make up to catch back up to everybody, but he hasn't gone a lap down as far as I can see.
No, he hasn't.
I think the yellow flag will probably, safety car will be clearing around about the next lap or two. I imagine the track is clear. Clark hasn't caught up to the safety car, interestingly enough. Troy, so as expected, but probably a corner or two later than we expected, there has been drama on the first lap live from Adelaide. We've had a few cars with a bit of a pile-up back of the grid, causing chaos and a good number of cars to get some damage. So we're under safety car at the moment. Brett Clark just driving around to catch up to it. Yellow flag is clearing on this lap, so there's a quick full course caution. So interesting to see what happens on the restart as well. Poitier definitely got mugged by Clark on the first start.
Brett definitely got him on the start.
Yeah, really showing his intentions this season, as always I suppose, but he's very keen to make sure that he puts one over on Stewart from word go from the looks of it, and Kai Turner doing a fantastic job for DSA as well, with both cars in second and third. Van Jaarsveld is in fifth position, second SRT, cars anxious to get past Dave Kinnaman. And we did see those two engaging in a bit of a battle developing in that first lap, so good to see all cars up front and clear, about to go green on this lap, so Clark just backing it down a little bit. In fact, I imagine he's probably going to go right after the exit of this corner. He's got a few car lengths up on the here.
Yeah, I think Stuart's been caught sleeping there, Steve.
Yeah, and the master of the restart, how many times have we seen the 69 car leading off a restart? So you've got plenty of experience with it. We're still under yellow, actually, from the looks of it.
We shouldn't be.
Definitely looks like they're under yellow still.
Yeah.
No one's really going full pace. They're all with each other still.
Yeah, something weird's definitely going on. I don't see the safety car boards anymore, but then we didn't actually see the safety car anywhere. We just were notified that it was full caution. So now it's calling green, halfway through the back straight.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, that one.
That's interesting.
Whoa! Kai Turner heavy in the wall. Dave Kinnaman moves to make an overtake. Clark and Poitier doing the best he can there. It does look like Kai got away with that one. In fact, on my timing screen, it's not showing Brett Clark, and it's showing Brett Clark in 16th position.
Yeah, that's showing the same for me as well. I was just thinking, it shouldn't be right.
Yeah, it is too.
Wow.
Saying he's a lap down.
R-Factor safety car strikes again.
Wow, that is absolute nightmare. That's why it didn't give the green flag, because it didn't pick up the leader.
No.
What happens there?
Well, I think what's going to happen is Troy's going to have to go down and tell the 69 car to race for it. We will count his first position anyway.
Yeah, well, I'll move down. I'll tell Brett to race. We know where he's at.
Yeah, we know where he's at. So just keep an eye on that guy's position. That is bizarre. Something that R-Factor 2 introduces us to new bugs every time we run the game. So that's one I haven't seen before, Andre.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen that before. He's had a lot of issues last series with the R-Factor bugs.
Yeah, so wow, that's bizarre. But as we will count it as we see it on screen, so Brett Clark in the lead from Stuart Poitier, and the second of the DSA cars, Kai Turner is starting to pile the pressure on his teammate in front there as well. So this is going to be something I'm looking forward to seeing all season, as to how these two get on together in the team. And I know from bitter experience, when you put the two drivers of the same pace in, they're going to knock alongside of each other.
Correct, Steve. Yeah, if you fast guys running together. It's going to be a good contest.
It absolutely is. And we had it with Rob Herbert and Brett Clark, Rob Herbert and Dan Stevens. They really did not want to be beaten by each other.
For sure.
But sometimes that inter-team rivalry can really get you going that extra gear that you need.
Absolutely, and we're seeing blue flags being flashed. Everybody ignore those because Brett Clark is actually the race leader. Got the lap down as for some reason the game has picked him up as. So on lap 5 out of 24, Clark is coming under increasing pressure from Stuart Portier, who in turn is coming under increasing pressure from his teammate. And look, his teammate makes a dive to the inside. Wow.
Troy Kinnaman
is on. Dave Kinnaman in 4th position, Bert van Jaarsveld in 5th, but Jaarsveld hasn't really made any ground on Kinnaman in this one. And I know from, obviously he's one of my drivers, Van Jaarsveld's a bit of a thinking driver, so he's going to sit there and watch what happens and probably make a bit of a push later on. He's obviously seen a couple of cars ahead, but the DSA cars are fighting tooth and nail. Kinnaman's buying into it as well, and he's just going to sit there and see what shapes out. In the meantime, on that lap, Clark has disappeared off up the road by about 5 or 6 car lengths.
Definitely pulled away.
So this is the danger of having 2 proper top-line drivers in the same team. So when they start fighting amongst themselves, it allows other cars to catch up or get away. And we're seeing that demonstrated clearly on track on lap 6 at the moment. Clark has pulled out to what looks like about a second and a half lead at the moment. And Portier is looking ragged. I've never thought I'd say that about Stuart Portier, but he's definitely looking ragged today.
Definitely not looking like the driver we saw last series.
No, and is this the addition of Kai Turner? Kai, look at this, he's really on the rear deck of that DSA, number 2 DSA car in front of him.
Definitely almost riding his bumper.
I wonder if we're going to see team orders, Andrew, at some point in the season, because Turner definitely looks like the faster car at the moment, but as we know with Turner, he tends to run it on ragged ends and will run out of tires sooner than later. So maybe we're DSA letting a bit of team orders creep in here and let Kai go forward and attack.
Way Troy's going to go with it.
Yeah, we'll have to see, and we do know that there's a different team engineer on the Turner car this season, so interested to see how that shakes out. So Dave Kinnaman did a great job, as expected, in the 55 oval.
Dave?
Yeah, so Kinnaman in 4th position, Van Jaarsveld in 4th position. Van Jaarsveld looking like he's about to launch an attack on Kinnaman. And behind him is the 333 car of former V8 Supercars champion Dan Stevens, who is latching on from back in the 46 car as well. So Van Jaarsveld's obviously got a bit of a hurry up and is trying to make some moves now.
I do apologise there, boys. Just had to step into the steward's box there because they're trying to wave the blue flag at Brett and we're trying to tell them no please, and they've tried to give him a stop go. So there's all dramas happening down there. Everyone's all confused.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. Well, he shouldn't get a stop go for a blue flag because they're...
Ignoring the blue flag, he's been given one, yeah, Steve.
Has he? Wow. Well, he's just going to have to race through to the end. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get disqualified.
Let's hope not.
Actually, Troy, that's going to make it a nightmare. Okay.
What about throwing a yellow? And
I was going to say throw a yellow. Throw a yellow and get Brett to drive around past everybody.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Just tell everybody what you're doing. Apologies to our viewers here, but the game is fighting back at us.
I was just looking back at the R3 mid pack, and is it Danny Flores? Is that his name?
That's the one, yeah. In the Red Bull Commodore.
He started from the back of the pack and he's now in 10th.
Wow, that is a bit
moving up the field pretty quick.
That is a fantastic job. You know how hard it is to pass around here. He is catching up with Darren Goose as well. We're about to have a yellow flag to sort out the Brett Clark issue, so should be able to move him back up front and remove that stop-go penalty. So
Hopefully that fixes.
hopefully, yeah, there we go, yellow flag. So we'll get Troy back. Yeah, Clark is going on. Let's see if we can get Troy back down. A little bit unfortunate. Can't believe it's thrown this sort of wobbly already. This unfortunately for everybody is going to throw the tire strategy out the window because there's been a few laps under yellow.
Strategies out the window with the 2 cautions.
Yeah, so we were expecting a maximum of 18 laps on one set of tyres with the fuel. There's the potential here, Andrew, for this to go on no stops, if I'm right. So we've had 2 laps under caution already. We're going to have at least 2 under here. It's very close, isn't it? That takes you to about lap 22.
Going to make it very close.
It is. It definitely
Are people
is.
going to go early? Tough one.
It is. We're gonna see shortly. So Troy's just back with us. Troy, you'll have to manually remove the penalty from Brett as well. So you're able to do that.
Yeah, what we're going to do, Steve, is we're going to, once Brett makes it to the rear of grid, the grid will stay stationary virtually. They'll just crawl along. Brett will worm his way through, and on the following lap, the field will go full green once he takes the lead.
Okay, have you removed the penalty from him as well, the stop-go?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we have removed the stop-go.
Okay, he will get another penalty for passing under yellow as well. So you'll have to be ready to remove that as well after it goes green.
Well, that's why as soon as we remove the safety car, the field will stay at safety car pace while he weaves his way through it.
So we should be heading green now. Absolutely ridiculous. Do not understand why that happened at all. And in fact, on either of these, Troy or Andrew, have either of you seen the safety car on track?
No,
No,
I've
actually.
not seen it once.
I can't see the safety car. And what I assume has happened is that Brett has passed the invisible safety car at some point, and that's why it threw the lap down.
See it?
That's interesting. And wow, this could be an issue. We could see the same thing happen to Stuart Portier.
Quite true.
That actually is a valid point there.
Yeah, I think I just saw the safe car just up ahead of Stuart.
Yeah, I can see it now. The Corvette was just heading into turn 10, yeah. Very strange.
I wonder how Brett's tyres are feeling trying to catch up to the field.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to do an extra lap on those tyres, something we didn't consider.
True. Yeah, he's pushing it very hard, so...
Yeah. Not ideal at all. If that's 5%,
Probably not.
yeah, if he's losing 5% a lap, that's a significant chunk to give away to the rest of the field.
That definitely will. It's going to give the rest of the field an advantage over him.
Yeah, we'll have to see when he decides to make that stop as well. Wow, bizarre start to Season 6, Race 1. The 69 car not getting picked up by the safety car. In fact, the safety car not appearing at all for the first full course caution for the looks of it. Safety car driver asleep at the wheel. Trying to get Brett Clark through to the front of the grid, so he's just coming up towards the back end of the grid any moment now. Jason Witherington, I think he should be catching. So Witherington's just heading into turn 1 now.
We've got Brett just coming in turn 8.
Yeah, so we finally got the safety car. We can actually see it on screen. Troy, we were a bit worried there that the exact same thing would happen to Stuart. Remains to be seen when we go green. If anything actually happens to Stuart.
Oh, look, if it does, I'll dead set jump out the window because I don't know how much more of my head can handle this jumping in and out and stopping safety cars and trying to work out grids.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not what we needed for race 1 of the season.
mean, we call it, the sort of blow the cobwebs out and everyone's a bit rusty, but even the game's rusty.
Well, it looks like the safety car driver was asleep in the first safety car period, didn't bother driving out on the track, so... one thing we did note there, Troy, as well, is Clark's going to have a significant disadvantage because he's had to do an extra lap on these tyres.
Troy.
The other drivers didn't have to.
Yep, just give me a second there, Steve. I've got to jump back in there,
No problem.
Yeah,
Troy.
Brett's
Brett
just
at the
now
back.
on the back of Jason
So once
Withington.
once we cross the lane, Clark will pass all of the traffic and go straight to the front. So Stuart Poirier holding them at pace car speed. Lap
Giving
12.
him the green flag.
Yeah, we need the green flag so that Brett can legitimately pass the rest of the field and not pick up another penalty. So I think he's just coming past them now, from what I can see. He's already in the 8th position. Past Ian Hannon, he's coming up past Pengelly. Past Stevens in a second, past his teammate on the back of the 5 car. Going to the outside of the 55 car, 2 DSA cars in front. Well, is going to cost Brett on tyre life. So he's now picked up in the lead. So we'll be legitimately going green on the next as we cross the start finish straight. So we're heading down towards turn 10. The whole field at pace car speed. Wow, sounds like they've actually just gone for it. So, or are they just warming up down the straight?
Accidentally pressed the wrong button and disconnected myself.
Easily done, mate. So we're about to go green on the next time past the start finish straight. So
I was
heading
about to ask, how was it going to work with Brett back up in front now?
Yeah, Brett's back up in front, so Brett will hold the restart. So he's just holding down on pace. That is going to have a disadvantage with those that extra lap on his tyres as well. We know how limited they are around here as well. So interesting to see what kind of an attack the DSA launch straight away.
Going to be interesting. It doesn't look like Stewart's sticking with him now.
He didn't on the last restart as well, and got caught napping, and I think Brett sort of floored it from about here, and he does the same thing. No. Yep.
On.
Wow, I don't know what's going on again. We're not green. By my count, we should have been green on the map. Apologies for yours.
Pretty slowly.
Yeah, I think I had a yellow in sector 2 flash up, so I'm just wondering if somebody went round on the warm-up and we just held it off for a lap. So 13 out of 24, so we're over half distance. This is going to be very close to being able to make it with no stops.
But Trevor Dixon and Darren Goosey in pits, I'm guessing they're going for a new set of tyres.
Yeah, they were well down the field as well, so good strategy call there. I suppose the trick here is if you are going to have to make a stop, do it under safety car because you get the most benefit.
Definitely right.
Well, obviously when you're up front, you can't do it because the first one to blink is the one that gets the biggest penalty. So, yeah, all of the top drivers have stayed out. So Clark leading them around turn 10. Should be green on the next lap. Poirier, Turner, Kinmond, Van Jaarsveld, all in the top 5 there. Dan Stevens in 6th, Wim Pengelly in 7th position, Ian Hannon 8th, Colin Bruns 9th, Danny Forrest, as you noted, up to 10th now from the back of the grid. So fantastic drive there by Danny.
Pretty hard, the hard charger right now.
Absolutely, driving the race so far on that one.
The pressure, yeah.
So here we go, Clark is really slowing them down. He's backing it right down now, so I imagine he's going to pull the pin any second. Poirier is going with him this time. Turner's laying back off though. I suppose he's got to lay back off his teammate a little bit, not to put him under too much pressure into turn 1. So
Don't want to make your teammate crash out.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see the here the V8 and the Falcon in front, loaded up in a second. And here we go into the last corner. Clark's still not gone. What's he doing? Wow.
A quick question, Where's Dave Kitterman's teammate Gavin Cox?
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier on. He's missing from this round. We're still not green. I don't understand this.
Don't either.
They're going green this lap, Steve.
Okay, so why the 2-lap delay, Troy? Do we know?
They're waiting for Brett to come back, and then during the safety car, there was an incident that took out one car, so they've allowed him to get repaired.
Oh, 69 cars in the pits. 69 cars gone. All cars are gone. Nick Winkler is leading apparently. Wow. But it goes wrong, Andrew. It goes wrong in a big way. Okay, just pop off 1 second, guys. I'll just everybody hang fire. Dan, have you got me? So Troy, I think we've lost everybody. Sorry, Dan, I've just dragged you down for a second. You got me? Dan? Anybody got me? Yeah, guys, can you hear me? Dan, can you hear me? Okay, looks like we have a problem. Troy? Hey Andrew, Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, mate. Yep.
Okay, so we obviously had a major issue there.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's happened.
So we were over half distance. We should probably call that as race 1. I don't know, what do you think?
Yep, 70. Yeah, yep, over half distance. That's our rules.
Yep, so 75%.
Done. So reverse the grid as it stands.
Yeah, actually, hang on. Let's...
Oh, yeah, 75%, not 50%.
Oh yeah, we're not.
We're not there.
Okay, so we have to rerun the race.
Yep.
Okay, if you get it set up, I'll be back in a second. Give us about 2 or
Copy
3
that.
minutes.
Okay, jump. Okay.
Hello?
You got me, Steve?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know, man. For some reason, even Mumble you had to restart Mumble completely to be heard because I was hearing you, but you weren't hearing me.
mine's I think.
No, I think you need to restart your Mumble, mate. It's very broken up.
Sound now?
Yeah, it's better, mate.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so what exactly just happened? I completely lost everything.
Everything went, mate. That's all I can say. Everything went.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
It's a factor for you.
Yeah. Anyways, how's your weekend been, Troy?
Yeah. Between work and 45-degree heat, it's been fun.
That's 45 degrees, yeah. I'm glad I don't have that sort of weather here. What exactly happens with the result?
They're restarting the race, mate.
No worries.
So, welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, we're still waiting to get a start. Where are we up to,
Dave.
Troy?
Where they're up to, I have no idea yet, Steve. I think we're still waiting for Kai to rejoin the server. There's still a few guys that we're waiting on to rejoin the server completely.
Yeah, not so good. So, it looks like up to
Everyone is pending an open session according to this, so yeah,
Be the same thing.
Yeah.
Gonna have to be a complete restart.
Wow, that's not the expected start.
What you want for round one?
No, definitely not.
I'll just confirm that everyone's in and then we'll restart the race, Steve.
Yeah. I think if everybody's pending, you need to drop it back to warm-up, Troy, to allow them in. That's better. So apologies, viewers. R Factor strikes again.
I think I already trademarked that saying, Steve.
Yeah, and thanks for the numb nuts that's posted. Sexy Girls TV. Hello, guys. Subscribe and enjoy of my channel. That's perfect audience for this, you moron.
Probably one of those bots that go
Yeah.
around spamming.
We love them. Oh, well, it looks like we've got Brad Lloyd that I can see on the team on the channels.
Yeah, he's turned up at all of a sudden. So there actually was talk that he's going to become the manual safety car to avoid all this bullshit. Basically, pardon my French, that we have with the R Factor 2 safety car. Dan's actually got a car going in the booth now to be sprayed up for him.
Okay. So, apologies, viewers. We'll be with you with race one shortly, hopefully. It needs to be shortly, or the coverage is going to run out.
Needs to be extremely shortly.
Yes, you're telling me.
Although, but for those of you that are watching in lovely Sydney town, you would agree that you're not going to be sleeping much tonight because currently it's still a nice whopping 37 degrees at 8 o'clock in the evening.
Beautiful. -4 over here, so I'll swap you.
I was about to say I'll swap you. because you can warm up, but you can't cool down. I mean, it's that hot here today, Steve, that our air conditioning was struggling to even cool our house. And that was a 44, 45 degrees Celsius day today.
Right, well, next week I'll be off to the sun myself for a week to the Canary Islands, so
Nice.
should be enjoying that.
Hang on. You're Irish, you live in England, and you're going to get sun. Seriously, are you planning on coming back like a lobster?
No, I'm well used to it. I've got a brother who lives in Madrid, so we're there a couple of weeks of the year. Mother-in-law who lives in the Canaries, so I get to see plenty of the sun. Lucky enough.
That's a very rare trait to have.
Absolutely. It is very, very good.
Well, R-Factor has really not been my friend tonight.
I'm beginning to detest it with a passion, as usual. It's getting worse. Yeah.
Okay, I've just received a message over the team text channel from Kai Turner. Looks as though his computer's overheated in the extreme temperatures that we've got, and he won't be making race 1.
God.
It's not good at all.
we love it.
The backup line around.
Unfortunately, no.
Very good then.
I'll just be within about 2 or 3 minutes,
Steve,
Andrew.
you got me?
Hang on.
Pardon?
Yeah, got you, Dan.
Hey, how about we restart the server, the V8 server?
Yeah, okay.
Because we actually got a 50 lapper coming up too. Remember?
Okay, can you jump out and restart? I'm just in the middle of something. Actually, look.
I'm just
Go on.
gonna reload the rubber as well.
Okay.
Now, Steve, just chatting then with Dan in one of our other channels. He informed him of the Kai Turner situation. He said there's mention of the double points. How's that system working now?
Steve said he'll be back in a moment, Troy.
Oh, great, thanks. I need a drink. I'll be back.
Worries.